Good morning everyone and welcome to this webinar. Today I'll be talking about some of the relationships we formed and established to build the 10-star home, which is almost completed construction in Woodford in South Australia. This project has been a bit of an experiment on the part of SUHO. We wanted to build a 10-star home in South Australia to see how it could be done, but also to then monitor the performance of that building to see if it actually functions as predicted by the software. Now, we're not property developers ourselves, and as a relatively small company there's not a lot of money available to do this kind of thing. We don't have a buyer in place for this house, so in order to make this possible, we actually formed partnerships with a number of companies who provided support by way of products and services to make this home a possibility. So these are the partners who were involved in this project, as well as a couple of sponsors there. So obviously SUHO, but ABB, Adelaide Geo Exchange, Beacon Lighting Commercial, and under my face, BlueScope. Sorry about that, BlueScope. I forgot that I would be cropping some of this. And our sponsors were Akeno Lux and the Waits Collective. So I'm just going to go through each of our partners and explain how they were involved and what they provided. It's not necessarily how you would go about doing a building project normally, but as I've explained, this is how we needed to do it to make it possible. But we were very careful about forming partnerships and choosing only those companies that we would have worked with otherwise if we weren't receiving product from them. We made sure that we had aligned values in terms of achieving the goals of this project. So the first we'll go to is ABB, and ABB have provided home automation services for the house, including components like all the light switching and fan controls, outdoor video station. I'm not sure why that's hyphenating itself, but you know, that's the joys of doing these things live. Indoor video station as well. So the outdoor video station is essentially a doorbell with a video camera that goes to the indoor video station, which is also a touch panel control screen for the whole system. We also have a car charger from ABB. The battery and inverter as well has been supplied by ABB. It's an all-electric home, as we don't really want to use gas in our designs. We like to keep it as clean as possible on site, and with the use of solar and battery storage we can make this as a very efficient home. So ABB's home automation system also operates various things around the house. It can operate the lighting, it operates some of the windows which are motorized for opening and closing for ventilation. The external Venetian blinds, which provide shade as required, are also operated through this system, and all of it can be manually overridden by the user, but having it automated means that things happen as the ideal situation would require. So this has been great to have ABB on board. Adelaide Geo Exchange joined with us for some of the installation, in particular the installation of the HRV, heat recovery ventilation system, and also the hot water heat pump system. So you can see in these images some of the ducting that's gone into the house to provide fresh air into every room, but also to extract exhaust air, so moist air from the bathrooms, but just stale air in general, so that the house has always got a fresh air supply. It's a very airtight house at 0.63 air changes per hour. So for that to be livable and comfortable, we need fresh air. So the HRV system from StiebelLtron has been installed by Adelaide Geo Exchange. All the lighting in the house has been provided by Beacon Lighting Commercial. We've used all LED systems for efficiency and dependability, I should say. They've also provided us with the ceiling fans for movement of air, as well as the LEDs, which I haven't shown here, which will be LED strips in the garden for garden lighting, and concealed LEDs in some of the joinery and even in the ceiling in the living area. We also have external downlights as well as these components that you can see here. BlueScope and Revolution Roofing came together to provide us with the cladding and roofing products. So the steel is BlueScope Colorbond steel, and that's been formed up and provided by Revolution Roofing. So on the far right of that image you can see the roof. This is prior to the installation of the solar panels. That's shale grey, and the rest of the cladding that we've used, as seen in the other two images, is Maxline, a Revolution Roofing product in Monument Colorbond. So this provides, high quality, dependable, long lasting cladding for the facade, and that shale grey roofing helps us achieve our 10-star rating through its energy performance as well. ClimaSure came to the party as well and have provided a lot of the membranes we've used on this house. What you can see in the blue there, that membrane is Solitex from ProClima, and that helps us with our air tightness. On the 10-star home we didn't use a lot of this. On the 8-star home, which is being built next door, we've extensively used this, as well as membranes from ClimaSure on the interior and exterior. ClimaSure also provided the tape that you can see that tapes all the membranes and even the insulation panels together to ensure air tightness, as well as these gaskets you can see there where there's a hot water outlet penetration in the wall, and these kinds of gaskets ensure that these penetrations stay airtight as well. So Jackson Digny, who's the representative for ClimaSure, also came to site and met with the trades to go through the installation process and solve any problems that they might encounter on site. So we're very fortunate to have had that input, and as I said, as a result of that we've achieved a 0.63 air changes per hour in terms of air tightness, which is actually a passive house standard air tightness. Consolidated Brass Tapware are a local Adelaide company, in fact based in the same suburb as SUHO down south in Edwardstown, and they've provided all the tapware for the house. Here these images are just of the ensuite actually, but the tapware is also in the laundry unit, the bathroom and the kitchen, but not just the tapware. As pictured here you can see the towel rails, but in the shower there's also a shelf which had not been installed at the time of taking this photo. Excuse me. I apologise for the messy photos, but it's a construction site and certainly was in the midst of things when I took these photos. The tapware is all locally made, as I said, which goes a long way towards our sustainability goals with this house. We like to use locally made products, reducing transport and storage costs, but also supporting local business. The finish on these items is a polish, so it's polished brass. It's polished to the level where it would normally be plated, but we've eliminated the chrome plating stage of this and left them as polished and unplated. This by eliminating that process, we eliminate some energy use, we eliminate some materials, some processes that aren't necessary, and give us a beautiful product that actually, with the exposed brass finish, is antimicrobial, which I'm sure you'll appreciate is very much a desirable thing, especially in this day and age. James Hardie provided the cement, fibre cement cladding. This is their matrix system that we've used. You can see it here in its raw form just after installation, and the picture on the left there shows where all the screw holes have been patched. It's all been very nicely painted now, and adds to the effect of the facade, the contrast between the timber, the Colorbond Max line, and the matrix cladding. Just all comes together in a really unified way. KeySab, many people in South Australia know, keep South Australia beautiful. They run a program called Clean Site, which is about maintaining a clean construction site. So it's about waste management, it's about water management, and generally being safe and clean on site and disposing of things in a sound way. So I think our builders did an excellent job with the guidance of Clean Site from KeySab to maintain a clean site the whole way through, not just clean but tidy and well organised. Waste was recycled where possible, disposed of safely as much as possible as well. Water runoff from the site was contained. You can just see in the image on the left there the hay bales that surround the edges there so that they collect runoff and stop the particulate matter from reaching stormwater drains. Interestingly, while we were in construction, there were other houses under construction on the street, and it was pretty apparent that by having a well-managed site and adopting good practices, not only did we maintain probably the cleanest site on the street, but it made for easier operations. As you can see, it's a pretty small site. We've got two houses being built there and not much room for storage, so maintaining it well has meant that the site could work well as at the same time. Kingspan are another of our partners, providing a lot of the insulation products. Kingspan are well known for their products, and we knew we were going to have to achieve some pretty high R values for our walls and roof. So we've used a couple of Kingspan products in the wall construction. So we have Kingspan Cool Therm, which you can see on the external face of the frame. It's about 30 millimeters of expanded foam there that provides insulation layer as well as air tightness. On the inside we have AirCell Permicab from Kingspan, which is additionally, you can see all the tapes in the joins of it, because this is additionally providing air tightness as well. There is insulation in the frame as well, but these are the two Kingspan products we've used to great effect. Canal provided us with plasterboard for this project. We're very pleased to partner with them because their plasterboard products are very sound from an environmental perspective. So they've provided the plasterboard to the general areas as well as the wet areas. Additionally, we also used Canal earth wool insulation and Canal blow-in insulation. So we've got earth wool in all the walls, in the frames and above the ceiling, but in the roof we have 300mm deep Canal blow-in insulation. So we're very pleased to have partnered with Canal. Mirafloor have come on board to provide us with the finish to the concrete slab. The concrete slab provides a significant amount of thermal mass in the house, and so we wanted it to be exposed, but we also want it to look good. So these photos show the polishing of that slab underway. On the right there, those two images were after the first pass of polishing, showing some of the aggregate exposed through there in a pepper and salt finish. The image on the left is just after the second polishing has happening, just cleaning off there as well. So this is going to have a large impact on the look and feel of the house, given that it runs through all of the house apart from the wet areas which are tiled. And we also have a large amount of brick. I think we have about 50 cubic meters of brick thermal mass inside the insulation of this house, all provided by PGH Bricks and Pavers. Excuse me. So you can see in the center image the Kingspan Permacav air cell, and then there is an air gap in front of that, then the bricks are laid there. So we've got a few different types of brick in use. In general, we have this PGH Manhattan range that we've used, but we've also used glazed bricks. Here on the right we're showing it in the bathroom. It's also used in, no sorry, that's the ensuite. It's also used in the bathroom, and in the middle we have it in the kitchen. It extends all the way up now that it's been completed. These other bricks are either hidden behind joinery or render finished. So we've used seconds or reclaimed bricks provided by PGH so as to minimise wastage of that kind of product. So this is glazed, that colour is called Lagoon, and in the kitchen we've got the green, which is called Wasabi. And they've really come up beautifully. If you've seen my other tour of the 10-star home, you'll have seen the finished product, but the house will be open soon enough and you'll be able to see it in situ. StiebelLtron provided a couple of, well, more than a couple of products for us. There's water filtration at the kitchen that's being provided by StiebelLtron, the HRV unit itself, as well as the hot water service, which is a heat pump air to water system. The latter two were installed by Adelaide Geo Exchange, but we're grateful to be partnering with StiebelLtron, who've been producing these products for a long time. They're not very common in Australia yet, becoming more so, but haven't been up until quite recently. So StiebelLtron are available nationally now, but have been producing this stuff in Europe for quite some time. So we've also partnered with Tendo Solar and Smart Automation Designs. Now I've included Smart Automation Designs here because they did the installation of the Tendo Solar panels. Tendo manufacture their panels here in Adelaide, so again it's our support for local business, but also reduction of transport costs by having the completed panels. That image on the left there shows the shale grey roof of the 10-star home with the panels, some of the panels visible there, but in the background of that image with the darker roof is our 8-star home, which also has Tendo Solar panels. I'll also comment, you can see the two vents there, that's the HRV vents coming through the roof there. Smart Automation Designs have also provided us with weather monitoring, which then ties in with the solar into the home automation system provided by ABB. So we're grateful to Smart Automation Designs for tying all the different components together to get them talking to each other and allowing the house to be operated at maximum efficiency. And the last of our partners is of course Wilcock Construction, who've undertaken the overall construction of the house, not only the 10-star home but the 8-star home next door, and it's been a challenging project for all of us because we've been trying lots of different things. It's been a bit of an experiment, and Wilcock Constructions have been excellent in the way they've taken on board different principles and ideas from how traditional construction might be done, and so we've achieved some good things together. In the picture there we can see Mick and Leon, our carpenters, who I want to give a special mention to because they've done some excellent work. I'll also mention MCS, who are the electricians engaged by Wilcock Construction, who've also done a tremendous job in getting all the systems in place. In addition to our partners, we had a couple of sponsors. Akeno Lux have sponsored us in the supply of all the window and external door systems. We're using a triple glazed aluminium thermally broken frame throughout, and these are highly efficient. The glazing unit itself is argon filled for additional thermal benefits, thermal transmission benefits, argon being less thermally conductive than just plain air. In this image, this is a demonstration we had for Sustainable House Day, where we can see a cutaway section provided by Akeno Lux to show the thermal break in the frame, the triple glazed unit within there, again thermally broken, and all of this is surrounded by an architrave. So we're very fortunate to have had Akeno Lux on board as a sponsor. And our final sponsor was the Waits Collective, who did all our rendering, the visual architectural renders. And it's interesting now looking at the renders to see how close they are to the built form. So we're thankful to the Waits Collective for bringing a visual reality to what we'd envisaged in our drawings, which has now been realised in the building itself. So we're very thankful to our partners and sponsors, and we look forward to continuing to work with them, not only on this project but on projects in the future, and we're appreciative of their making this entire thing possible. So that's my presentation for today on our partners and their involvement and contributions to this project. There are other webinars in our series coming up this week. Somehow I'm kicking it off this week. Normally I'm late in the week, but today we've had this, we've just completing this one here, but we've got another 6 webinars that you're invited to join us for, and here on this YouTube channel. But if you need to find this guide, you can find it on our LinkedIn page. You can find out more about the 10-Star Home and our partners and their products at 10starhome.com.au. You can learn more about SUHO and the studio itself at suho.com.au. And if you'd like to get in touch with me or the other members of the studio, you can contact us via email at studio@suho.com.au, or you can call us on 1300 308 525. We're all currently working from home, as are a lot of people around the country and around the world, but that number will still get through to us if you would like to speak to us. You can also connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram, and they'll be the places to go if you want updates on our webinar series or other updates on the activities of SUHO and its staff. So thank you again for joining me today for this brief look at how our partners have been involved and how we've worked with them to achieve 10 stars for this home. Look forward to seeing you again. Otherwise, we'll see you for our next webinar. Thank you.